Greetings and salutations. Here we are, fucking August, OMGG. Happy Lionsgate portal. Ah, you know I hate that. You know why, right? I mean, it's a Gregorian calendar date. The Gregorian calendar is inorganic. Yes, pause. Is inorganic. It's not connected to astronomy. Astronomy is what opens the portal. In fact, Leo, or the sun, doesn't enter the Leo constellation this year until August the 15th. So your 8-8 portal, it's a fucking harvest tool, people. Discernment, please. So happy Sirius rising. That's happening around the new full moon. Sorry, got to pause action. That's happening around the full moon, coming up in August, I think 12th for us anyway. So that's all a bit exciting. So in mentioning Lionsgate as in inorganic, I wanted to give a little up, down, round and round today about what is organic, what is inorganic. Because I've been working with the 1313 hertz, and one of the tenets in that frequency is that anything that has not got organic consciousness is white. Oh, I know. 1313 people. Anyway, let's start with organic and inorganic. So organic is when something has a direct source connection. Inorganic is when something doesn't have a direct source connection. They have to piggyback on another to have experience, to have consciousness, to have life force. Now, for me, the Anunnaki, the invading consciousness, their big thing is that they kind of cloned themselves into oblivion. You know, they just kept going. And in doing so, each time that replication happened, they lost something of their essence, something of their authenticity, something of themselves. And at the same time that they came in with the archons piggybacking. Now, people talk about archons. Yes, it's all in memoirs, galactic memoirs. But I've used the word archon as ruler. Now, in my cosmology, Mu, when she was ejected from the pleroma into density, her intense life force, when it struck inorganic matter, created these archons, or this anomaly. Now, the anomaly didn't have its own connection to life force, and it didn't even have mind. But what happened was old Ammon imbued it with his intellect. It changed the way they experienced life, but they should have died out as an inorganic presence. They couldn't sustain themselves. So with the Anunnaki, they started commandeering other species, worlds, races, experiences, realms, whatever you want to say, through this AI interface. So when we think then, the AI interface is the archon, in fact, AI? Would they exist without the Mooster first touching inorganic matter when she fell? Look, now I'm right in the middle of the transmission for the memoirs. I'm putting it on the tape, so to speak. When I first did it, I realised it was like I was reading it. I was trying to read, but what I really needed to do was transmit. So that's what I've been working with, whipping it into a frenzy. So this will probably become clearer if you know that cosmology. I've said it plenty of times on this thing anyway. So organic, inorganic. So in saying that, Let's look at then the Fibonacci sequence, this reality, this overlay, this simulation. Often when people think of simulation, they think of it like a video game, but like it's not real. Oh, it's fucking real. It's an overlay into our real reality, if you will, or our experience has been hijacked with this inorganic expression. So another trending topic is plasma. Now, I've sort of said this before, but I'll say it again. Plasma, for me, is prana, all the building blocks of life, that has become organized and coherent, either through consciousness with life force, that's an organic plasma expression, or the inorganic, it's overlaid with a geometry, a thought form, something that doesn't have substance but is a program. And then it's electrified. It uses electrical energy to then take form. Organic, inorganic. Interesting, huh? So 1313. In my synergy with the Mooster, if you're asking who Moo is, it's the consciousness we live and love on. So in my interaction, my synergy with the Mooster, we came up with 1313 as a hertz that we could use as an override frequency. Into that override frequency would be built certain conditions, our own set of programs. And one of the outcomes of using 1313 is only organic consciousness is left. So I first sort of got into it when the Schumann was going crazy. I started writing with the Mooster and working with that 1313 to fuck the frequency fence, really. And as I've been doing it, I noticed that the Schumann's fucking crazy. Like there is no spoon. And I've really discovered that that 7.83 frequency was like a net, a containment grid. I've said this before, it's in other things, so, go get it. But it brings me to the 1313 generator. I've got several different of these frequency devices, but this particular one's called HEALFLUX. I've got an affiliate link. I don't really know how to use it. I'll put what I think it is down the bottom here. Check it out. But regardless, if it doesn't work, doesn't matter. Go get it. This HEALFLUX, you can create your own frequency patterns. Like you put in what it is you want. The AHA, this one, it already comes with preordained programs. So, lung pathways, vagus nerve, etc. Really good. AHA harmony. But this other one I've got is called HEALFLUX. And HEALFLUX, you can adjust and create the desired hertz. Now, I've been doing research into healing with hertz, and I've come across that there is between 7.83 and 14.14 frequencies that will regenerate tissue. So, of course, I'm on that, right? And I've been using the 1313 for that. Feels good. I probably look like a bag of shit, but I feel good. The other thing with the 1313 we've noticed is when Anunnaki consciousness gets within its parameters, it rescinds. Whatever it's riding on comes forward. It's like an anti-Anunnaki ray gun. Anywho, so this frequency 1313, we set the temple of Mu inside it. So when you experience essence, Mu, Ra, and that axis, Ramutet, you're in a safe space because, nothing untoward, nothing that's not authentic, organic, aligned consciousness can cross the threshold, if you will. So 1313, I recommend it as a frequency fence of your own and also a healing tool because I've been using it to restore the DNA. Ah, the DNA. Okay, so my experience of the DNA is that it's a receiver, an antenna receiver, right? From the original anthropos that Mu and Ra created. A single golden mean spiral. That's our DNA. In this reality, it's been mirrored and locked with RNA, those little ladder things, RNA. Now, the RNA, well, we know it's a fucking gene modificationer, gene modifier. That's a no from me. But that's where we get our aging, our programs. It's connected to the moon frequencies. So the moon keeps beaming us these cyclic aging, this cyclic time, if you will, and holds that program. So this 1313 that I've been using with the resetting the DNA frequency, it's removing, dissolving, it's transmuting the inserted RNA, and I can feel the DNA returning to that single golden mean spiral. Now, golden mean, no beginning, no end. That's like us, organic, no beginning, no end, right? It has no limits. The only limit it has is your consciousness, will, and desire. If that's capped, so are you, right? So restoring this single strand of DNA, I mean, it might have 12 parts to it, whatever the fuck, but for me, it feels like an organic golden mean spiral. Have you ever sat your consciousness inside one of those? When I did the very first time, it was the most holy, spiritual experience I've ever had. I've had a few of them. If you have a frequency device, try this 1313. See how it affects you. I've got 11313, 13.13 HZ is the setting, and I have uranium glass jug of water on it, and I'm charging it with the 1313. And it tastes unreal. It's like I'm craving it even. It's so delicious. So there's one way to use the 1313. I've got it also in drops, so I can take them like you would a rescue remedy or an isopathic remedy. I've got the 1313 playing in my setup, and I've got it amplified with copper coils. So I'm really experimenting with just how far I can take this thing. I'll do a link to the HEALFLUX thing because honestly, frequency is where it's at. It's really upgraded my experience, if you will. I'm not 100 on the Solfeggios. And I'm not 100 on the Tesla 369 thing. I don't know. I don't trust them, but I do trust 1313. I trust it, I think, because it came through Moo. I've experienced it. It's clean. There's no one else riding on that frequency. And yeah, how to create a closed dreaming. So look, I thought, it's been a while since I've potted, so I better come on and make my presence felt. Hope you're all doing well. I know it's a shit show out there, but we are in flux. Just because CERN's closed down and they've got an agenda for 2030 doesn't mean that we don't have a chance. We can't insert our own agenda, right? And command.